Now rocking with the best. Who's the boxing show that's knocking out the competition? The kick-ass podcast that make you want to listen. The place where boxing fans and fighters rejoice. Thumbs up for Richie, you're listening to the fighter's voice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Fighter's Voice Kick-Ass Podcast. We hit a little speed bump earlier in the show, but now we're ready to rock and roll. And I blame our guest because once you're a gym rat, man, I mean, the guy just does not want to come out of the gym. I'm trying to pull him out of there. His publicist is trying to pull him out of there. His manager's calling him right now. And his woman's calling him. But you know what? When the Fighter's Voice called him, he said, you know what, Richard, I'm ready to rock and roll. And actually, I'm making this up. It's actually my bad. But you know what? We got a great show for you this evening. I want to thank our guest, who's going to be the headliner Friday, April 15th in Ontario, California. I mean, this guy is from Salinas, and he's putting Salinas on the map. And this guy has more nicknames than I can choose, man. But I'm going to go with the one that I know best, the one that really stands out, and that's Drac. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to the show Ruben Drac Villa. Welcome to the show, my man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, sorry about the whole speed bump earlier, but it happens in production. What are you going to do, you know?
Nah, it's all good, yeah. It's all good, man.
So, I mean, you look calm and collective, man, and I know you're a gym rat because, you know, I've asked a few of your people, man, and you know, you just love to stay inside of the gym, and being from Salinas, California, that means a lot to you. By you putting Salinas on the map, you being the name right now, actually Salinas is straight up on your shoulders, man. When I make that statement, how does that make you feel?
I mean, I just take a lot of pride in where I come from, you know. There's a lot of good people here, and, you know, there's a lot of motivation here, you know, when I'm running out. I see the field workers working in the fields. I see people going to work, so it's just a lot of pride in you know, what I do.
You know, those field workers out in the field, brother, that's the American dream. I mean, and I'm glad you brought that up. It's unscripted right now. I mean, we know who wants to work, plain and simple, okay? I'm gonna call it the way it is. We know who wants to work, and we know who doesn't. There's jobs out there that are available. They may not be suitable for everybody, but those jobs that people turn down, people embrace them, and they make them theirs, just like you embrace the boxing ring.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you can see them working through all hours of the day, rain or shine. So it's just something incredible to see. And like I said, it just helps give me a lot of motivation and you know, gives me that extra edge to you know, work harder and do what I do in the gym.
You know, it's no secret that all eyes were on you. You know, you came up short on ESPN Live when you fought for the bout. But you know what? You didn't back down. You showed some grit. And actually, you won more fans through your first defeat than you have leading up because of that, because you show the whole world your talent. You show the whole world your grit. Where do you go from here knowing that you are just, you know, one step away from where you want to be?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I was just so close. I was 2 knockdowns away from winning a world title. So, you know, it just lets me know how close I am to, you know, becoming a world title champion. And, you know, I'm almost there. I just need to fix up a couple little minor mistakes, and, you know, I should have my bout and, you know, bring the first world title to Salinas.
Well, not only that, I do want to add, you stepped up, a last-minute replacement, correct?
Yeah.
How much notice did you get, Ruben?
I got about maybe 6 weeks or so.
Yeah.
I guess Magdaleno didn't want to take the fight, and you know, we were the next up in line. So, you know, we decided, you know, let's try and go for it. You know, there's no better time than right now, and you know, we believed we had enough to win, and we went in wanting to win and ready to win. It just, like I said, it just came up short.
And I will say this, man, in your defense, that particular style, it's hard to mimic. It's hard to find sparring partners. It's hard to prepare yourself for that unorthodox style that the champion has. But you were able to make that adjustments. I remember earlier in the show, Timothy Bradley was kind of concerned, but throughout the show, he became a fan of yours.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, those weird punches, they come from, you know, punches you never see where they come from. So, you know, once I just measured out a little bit more and started boxing and started doing my thing, I got a good rhythm. he's a very tough competitor and a very good world champion. So
World class.
we knew what we had, coming to the table. We just, we felt like we could beat this guy, and I still feel like I could beat him. It's just like I said, I got to fix those minor mistakes and, not fall asleep on the wheel next time.
Well, you know what? You're 18-1, one of the top featherweights in the division, in the world. And now you're going to headline Thompson's Boxing Promotions along with Banner Promotions from Salinas, California, man. Tell us about that whole promotions, man, and how they're treating you and what we got to look forward to. Because yours truly, I'm heading down there. I'm not just going to have you on the show and not show up to your fight. My ass is going to be there watching you and covering you.
For sure, man. Appreciate it. They always kept me active, always kept me busy. So this is probably the longest layoff I've had since, it's been about a year and a half. So, the politics of boxing come in and kind of slow everything down. But as far as like just keep me active, they've been doing their job.
No, I'm hearing good things about Thompson's boxing, man. And, it's a promotion company that's on the rise. It's growing, and it's what I can say is very consistent. It's been around here for a minute, and like I said, it knows its place, and it's making waves. A lot of people are talking about this promotional company, so you're not just featured just by anybody. Believe me. Again, you're one step away, and once that phone call happens, I know you're going to be more than ready. But I want to talk about your event coming up the 15th. What adjustments have you made in your camp, and what do you expect from your opponent?
We got a real good veteran, stepping up to the plate. So, we're treating him like it's just another top guy in the division. So, like I said, he's a veteran. He's coming to fight and he's coming to win. So, we felt like we covered everything, and, just getting ready for this guy the last few weeks, been really, preparing for this guy. And, we expect a lot from this guy. So, I'm going to bring my A game because I know he's going to bring his. Exactly.
And I'm going to ask you this, man. I mean, it's going to be a great event. Tickets are still available. They start off at $50, $75, and I believe top out at $100. Get your tickets now. You can dial 714-935-0900, Doubletree Hotel, Ontario, or go to www.thompsonboxing.com. Make sure you get your ticket. Make sure you show up for this event. It's going to be family filled. It's going to be entertainment at its best. And most important, not only is Drac going to come back with a victory, the fighter's voice will be in the house. So, Drac, I know you take pride in your walk-ins, in your outfits, and what have you. What do you got in store for us? I mean, can you share, or are you going to share, or are you going to surprise us, man?
Yeah, I feel like a surprise will be good. People have been waiting for me to come back and, see me do my thing. So I feel like I always want to entertain the crowd, not only fighting, but, the walkout, talking to fans after and before the fight. So I just want to, entertain everyone and hope they have a good time.
You know what? I've been asking around. I'm going to be honest with you. And they were saying, Richard, good thing this fight isn't taking place in October. They said, because something happens in October, this guy actually turns into a freaking vampire. It said, instead of Gatorade, he's drinking blood. He doesn't wake up in the morning because the sun, it causes him to burn his eyes. But he just starts to transform himself, man. And you know what? When that bell gets ready to ring, they don't know what they're dealing with.
Yeah, for sure. It's not only October. It's all through the year. So, I'm ready to fight and I'm ready to perform and, show my abilities and show that I'm still a top 126 contender.
Okay, man. I mean, I'm gonna talk about it one last time. Then I'm gonna move on from this because I wanted to say, okay, what song is he coming out with? What's he gonna do? And my research team, man, they came out empty. And I can't really confirm this, but I was also hearing, Richard, he may possibly even come in a coffin and just get in there, just come out here with his wings and just, ready his fangs and just ready to take care of business. Because the pedigree that you have and Salinas, you putting it on the map, you're bringing your best, and your opponent, I mean, he doesn't know how to transition to your style because you also have an unorthodox style. I mean, you really can't prepare yourself for yourself. If you had to fight yourself, you couldn't prepare yourself for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I would bring my coffin. It's just a little too heavy for the guys to roll out to the ring. But yeah, I mean that's what I train for to make it hard to fight me or even hit me. So like I said, I feel like you can't only go in there hoping to win. You got to win. Flawless victory and really perform and put on a show for the people that come out to see me.
Well, not only you, the main event, the entire card is full of great matchups, and you got to thank your matchmaker there, and also your publicist, your promotion team, and I'm looking forward to this, man. I truly believe not only is it going to be my first Thompson boxing coverage, but I think that relationship's going to grow because I like what they're doing for the sport, and I like what they're doing exactly for you. Let's talk about your team. Let's talk about your corner. Since your first loss, did you make any changes, or you just made adjustments?
More just adjustments. I felt like my team wasn't the problem. It was just, like I said, we fell asleep at the wheel, and we're 2 rounds away from winning a world title. So, we got back in the gym and, started fixing those corrections slowly but surely. And I feel like I'm a better fighter than when I was that day. And that's the goal, is always to just keep growing after each fight and, just gain that experience to become a world title, champion.
Without looking ahead, I mean, who do you have your eyes on? Who do you have your sight on? Because I know fighters, they measure each other up. Who are you looking at saying, okay, you know what, I'm waiting for my opportunity because if I get one with this guy, it's going to be a wrap?
I mean, there's a lot of, up and coming fighters and just that division is stacked. So, there's a lot of guys who I plan on seeing and fighting, but I'm just really prepared on just getting this first win after a year and a half out the way, and see what lies ahead in front of us after that.
I remember watching your fight here exactly at home, and I was rooting for you, man, from the minute you signed and the minute the whole promotion was taking place, man. And I'm just one of many that was rooting for you. I mean, Salinas isn't too far away from where I'm at, Fresno, California. It's a drive, but we support our own, man, and just know that I'm not just a media outlet. I'm also a fan of yours, bro.
For sure, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've been in Fresno, as an amateur. There were so many fights over there in Fresno. So when I went to that Ramirez and Pedraza fight a couple weeks ago, I got a lot of love from the fans, and a lot of people came up to me asking me for pictures. So I feel like that's kind of my backyard. I just grew up and knew all the gyms and all the coaches over there. So, it was good to be over there and see a lot of familiar faces.
Well, let's talk about that. What did you think about Jose Ramirez? So what did you think about, his performance and the way he adjusted to a southpaw?
Yeah, for sure. It's always tricky finding a southpaw, and a good one at that. He's good on his feet, good on just boxing in general. So I felt like his aggressive style was just perfect for him to, dominate and take over. He looked good, no, nothing, where he needed to be corrected too much. I also went to that Taylor fight, and, it was a tough loss, but, we were out there rooting for him. But I felt like he's still one of the top dogs in that division.
You know what? I agree with you. I will say this, and I've said it before. Jose usually takes maybe a couple rounds to adjust to a southpaw. As soon as that bell rang, he adjusted. He was well-tuned. Yeah. He didn't have to make any big adjustments. He didn't have to take a round off. He took it right to his opponent. I mean, that fire is definitely in his belly, and he's proven to be one of the dogs in the division.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, he fights with fire, and it just kind of looked like Pedraza was just trying to stay alive and not get hit or get stopped with nothing crazy. So felt like he did the best he could, but just Ramirez's fire was just too much for him.
When you're not fighting, when you're not boxing or in the gym, what do you like to do on your free time? What does Ruben enjoy doing?
Yeah, well, since I had such a long layoff for this fight, I started playing softball with my team, with my friends. Pretty much my boxing team. So we're always together. We're always pretty much a family. So if I'm not boxing, I'm either playing golf or I'm playing softball.
Golf. Now, does that calm your nerves a little bit? Is it to work on your patience?
Yeah, for sure. Golf is such a skillful sport where it's not as hectic as boxing. So I feel like just being out there, it kind of just calms me down, and you kind of have to strategize every stroke. So yeah, I feel like that helps a lot too.
When you're playing softball, what number do you wear?
Four RV4. So I
Oh,
was
yeah,
number
there you
four.
go. That's a no-brainer. That's right. Where do you
Yeah.
get all these nicknames from, man? I mean, they all fit in place. They all fit you.
Yeah, so RV4, I'm the fourth Ruben in my family, and then Dracula. When I was a little kid, I was already boxing and stuff. So I was a little kid. I came to the gym one day, and I had went to the dentist the day before, and they had taken out my two front teeth. So I just had these little fangs right here.
Oh, okay.
So the coach at the time, he started calling me Dracula. So just a funny story.
It
Always
just
stuck with me.
it just stuck with you exactly,
Yeah.
and now you're featured by it. So I know you don't want to hint on what you're wearing or the song, your walkout song, man, but what can you tell the viewers, the fans, and the followers what to expect once that bell rings and Ruben Villa answers that bell?
For sure, you're gonna get the same, if not better, Ruben Villa that you got last October. So, I took a month off that fight, and then I was back in the gym. So I've been training for about a year and some change. So, I've been sparring, I've been just active in the gym. I never really took no time off. So I feel like I'm not gonna lose a step or get any ring rust. So I'm just ready to perform and do what I've been missing to do. And it's been a long time, and I feel like I'm just so hungry, and I have some fire to let off, and I really can't wait.
You know what? There's also some events taking place. Actually, it starts this Friday. The whole featured Fight Like a Girl. I'm going to see if we can pull up that poster right now. I believe the entire card is female boxing. What's your take on female fighters?
I'm all for it, man. Right now it's pretty popular. I feel
Maricela
like
Conejo.
the female fighters haven't been getting as much love. They're still fighting, and they're still going in the ring and doing their thing. It's not an easy thing to do, to walk in that ring. So, I'm all for it.
You know what? I'm showing a poster right now. Maricela Conejo, she's going to be on the Fighter's Voice on March 29th. So, I mean, hopefully everything goes her way. She's victorious, and then you'll see her also on the Fighter's Voice. And you know what? She has quite a career. Not only is she beautiful, she's very talented. And not just in the boxing ring. I know she does some acting. I know she transformed her whole body. She's into fitness and stuff. But, hey, man, when I say that, what are you thinking about, Ruben? I mean, because I know your whole goal is to become a world champion, but do you have other goals outside of boxing or that go hand in hand in boxing?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't want to just end my career when I'm done with boxing and, just sit on the couch and eat, everything I can. So, I feel like there's a lot of business and stuff going on in Salinas. So we just actually opened a gym. So, we're
nice.
getting a lot of members that we opened about 2 months ago, and we got quite a few members. So, if I'm not boxing, I'm going to be in the boxing gym anyway. So, yeah.
Okay. Say you just opened your own boxing gym, right? Yours. What would you call it?
I don't know. I feel like it's everything's taken. Like all the good boxing gyms names are taken. So I feel like it's kind of just more about like what team, there's Team Villa, there's Team Garcia. There's a lot of just names that are already taken. So it's always, right now we're just Team Villa boxing gym.
There you go. That I like that.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Listen, Ryan Garcia, I mean, officially he's making his comeback April 9th. And Ryan, I mean, very talented. I was in the media, had some personal concerns with himself, but yet he put those all aside and he's ready to jump back into Zone Boxing. Golden Boy Promotions is treating him right. What's your whole take on Ryan Garcia's career and, not letting these years go by? He's jumping right back in there, and it's one hell of a card.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, everyone got their personal problems. Everyone got lives outside of boxing. So, hopefully, he got all that taken care of and is just, ready to be back in the gym. I know how hard it is. Life is separate from boxing, and you have two things going on, big things going on in your life. It's hard to focus on boxing. So, hopefully he's all right, and mental awareness is a real thing.
Hey man, no one's exempt from any life lessons or anything that may attack us. I mean, it could be our rent, it could be our finances, or sometimes our health, or sometimes just our mind frame. Sometimes.
Yeah, for sure, I agree, and hopefully he's all good in the head and ready to perform.
I'm going to ask you a question that I already know the answer to, but I want the viewers and fans and followers to listen. How important is it to be 100% focused once you go into the ring? Well, I mean, because you do sometimes bring your other concerns with you. I don't like to use the word issues inside of the ring with you. Does it work for you, Ruben? Is it an outlet for you, or is it heaviness?
No, I feel like it can be an outlet. You use all the things, struggle, passion, and you put that towards your craft. It could be a good thing. Even just being scared, it could be scary sometimes, and you use that to overcome your fears. So I feel like there's a lot of emotions that could help you, but at the same time, if you overthink it and let it kind of rattle your brain, it could also hurt you. But I feel like just focusing in general, my whole team is always focused on me just getting to my goals. So I feel like if everyone's on the right page and everyone's focused on getting you to where you need to be, it also helps. And I'm just grateful to have a good team behind my back. I've been out the ring for about 1.5 years, and they didn't let me take a break, and I'm honestly glad they didn't, because it would have just been a longer delay after delay, and I'm just glad they kept me in the gym and always had me busy and active.
You know what? Let's give a shout out to your team. Who does your team consist of?
Yeah, I'm with Matt Garcia, Sam Garcia, the Garcia family, and my dad, my grandpa, my mom, my sister, and my girlfriend. Everyone's on the team, and everyone has a specific job and helping me make it easier to do my job. So, my whole team, my whole family is really just one big family, and I wouldn't be here without them.
Yeah, and it's always good to have good management, good publicists, and good promotion team too. The business side of it, and yet you're still focused on achieving your goal. I know you don't just see yourself as a world champion; you see yourself as a world champion in different divisions.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, why not do more than one? If you're able to get that one, then let's keep it rolling and keep them coming. I've been working for this my whole life, and I expect more than one out of me. So, it's just due to my team that helps me, and my city that supports me.
Hey man, when you got that support, man, sky's the limit. I want to get your take on not quite YouTube fighters or what have you, or even if that's the correct word to use for them. I mean, but I want to talk about celebrity boxing. And I've always had a dream matchup that I would like to put together if I stepped into the promotional aspect. But we got a promotion. I mean, we got a fight taking place this Saturday, March 26th. That's the R&B singer, music producer, icon, Mr. Al B. Shore, is going to step into the ring, charity match, live on pay-per-view, taking on Hazel Roche, a.k.a. the Latin Lover. That's Saturday, March 26th, celebrity boxing. Flavor Flav of the rapper is going to be the ring announcer. And you know what? If you want to order your pay-per-view, just go to www.albshore.net/celebrityboxing. Now, Ruben, I want to ask you, man, what is your take on celebrity boxing? I mean, I know boxing is a serious sport. It's a lifestyle for you. You take it very serious, from your nutrition to your workouts, what you put inside your body, and how you handle yourself outside of the ring. Now, when we have celebrities and, they may be singers, rappers, or actors, when they step into boxing, what advice do you have to give to them that for a lot, this may be their first time stepping into the ring? Now, boxing is not a game. Although it is a sport, it's no joke.
Yeah, like you said, it's not a game. So, it's cool to see these celebrities stepping in and they're up for the challenge. But like you said, it's not a game, and they should take it very seriously, because you could really get hurt in there. I don't mind, YouTubers and, like you said, celebrities fighting as long as they take it serious and, they know that their family's watching, and, it probably hurts to see, your son or your brother, whatever it is, get hurt in the ring, and it could really happen. So as long as they take it serious and, really have a real training camp, do the whole 9 yards, I'm all for it.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about Al B. Shore. He's been working out and getting some good takes with Mike Tyson. He's a close friend with Mike Tyson. Also, Yeah, there he is right there. Al B. Shore and Mike Tyson. And also Roy Jones Promotions. I mean, he's been showing up there with him. And, you know, Al B. Shore, I mean, if he gives his all inside of the ring like he does his writing, his producing, and his love for music, you know, hey, I want him to be successful. We're going to be rooting for him this Saturday, as well as his opponent, Hazel Roche, who's actually hitting me up right now. And he says, Richard, as soon as this show's over, put me on the Fighter's Voice Kick-Ass Podcast live, because I want to talk about how I'm going to kick Al B. Shore in the ass. So these guys may be celebrities. These guys may be singers. They may be icons in their own profession. But when that bell rings, man, they take this serious.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, when that bell rings, everything's out the window. So, you know, as long as they're prepared, you know, they got the right people. Like you said, he's with Mike Tyson. So, you know, Mike Tyson's, you know, he's a beast. So I'm sure he's learning a lot from him and you know, doing what he's supposed to do. Is just, you know, you can't let those nerves get to you. So once you step in the ring, make sure, you know, you have your head on straight and, you know, you're ready to take some punches.
I know Mike Tyson's going to give him some advice, but right now I'm going to put you on the hot seat. I'm going to put you a little bit out of your element. From a professional fighter, what advice do you have to give to Al B. Shore before he steps into the ring this Saturday?
Keep your hands up, bob and weave, and, you know, the jab is the key to everything.
Now, on the flip side, we also got, a.k.a. the Latin lover, Hazel Roche, the big man. What advice do you have to give to him? Because they're going to be watching, they're going to be listening. And I want to see what they take from Ruben, the Drac Villa.
Yeah, I mean, just don't let your nerves get to you. Don't get too excited. You know, fill them out the first couple of rounds. And, you know, once you feel like you adjusted good and you measured them out, you know, go for it.
How about your stamina? Do you save any, or you just, you know, let your hands go if you see that opening, that opportunity?
I feel like I save any, but I don't really mean to. So, like, I do all my miles. I spar more than the rounds that I'm going to fight. I don't know. I just always have that extra tank just in case I need it.
I like that extra tank. And is that from the road work? Is that from how you take care of your body in between fights, or what, you know, what you put inside of your system? What's your strength, man? What's your key to victory for the Drac?
Yeah, I feel like you just got to cover everything. The road work, the sparring, the bags, eating. You just got to cover everything. Make sure, you know, you're ready for whatever this guy brings and a little more. So, and not only that, your adrenaline kicks in, and you know, you think about your family, your city, and that's also another little booster for you. So I feel like all those things, if you work them out enough and you know, come prepared, you know, I should have a win at April 15th.
Well, you know what? I mean, you seem to be mentioning your city with great pride, and kind of reminds me of UFC veteran Big LeVar Johnson, who's from Madera, California. And I remember when Bruce Buffer was introducing him, he announced him from San Jose because he would work out in San Jose. And LeVar kept leaning towards him saying, no, Madera. I mean, when I hear that, it kind of reminds me of the same pride that you have in Salinas, California. What more would you like to contribute to Salinas? Because I know Salinas has contributed to you as far as giving you the opportunity to be yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we do a lot of stuff. We're actually going to do an Easter egg hunt April 9th, the week before my fight. So, you know, we're always trying to do stuff like that. During Halloween, we gave out free candy bags, and just being involved in your, you know, your community, it helps a lot. And I remember I was in the bubble for that Navarrete fight.
Yeah.
And when I came out the bubble, everybody at the elevator from my city, there was about more than 100 people cheering RV4, and it was just something special to see. You know, even though I lost, they were still right there riding with me, and they were just proud of the job that I did. So I mean, it means a lot, and it just shows what you put in for your city's gonna always put back for you.
Hey, that's right, man. Okay, if I head down to Salinas, man, where's the best place I can get some tacos, bro?
Any Mexican restaurant down here is pretty good. If anything, you gotta go to Charitos. It's a burrito spot right here. It's pretty popular, and the best tortillas right there.
Oh, okay. You mentioned my weakness right now, bro. Okay, even though you're on the Zoom, don't mention tortillas unless you have some.
You're making my mouth watery. I can't even eat no tortillas right now.
Hey man, I'm looking forward to that, man. And I know when I do go to Salinas, man, I'm probably gonna go hit you up, man. I want you to show me around, and we're gonna go hit up those spots definitely. And I know your people are hearing say, Richard, don't mention that type of food right now because we got him on a straight and narrow path right now. So what do they got you eating right now? What's your best plate to eat or your favorite now that you're on your way to your fight?
I mean, I wouldn't say favorite, but you know. The fish, vegetables, either chicken breast and vegetables. You know, that's pretty much it. Eggs
Wait, did you say, what'd you say? Chicken breast or chick's breast?
No, chicken breast. And
okay, my bad. I was like, oh shit, I love that diet, brother.
I none of that either, man. So,
that's right.
Women
That's right.
weaken the legs.
Oh yeah,
so right now I'm just focused on winning this fight.
Okay, my bad, bro. I just thought you said it. I was like, okay, well, we're on the Kick-Ass podcast. My man's keeping it 100.
Yeah, for sure, man.
There you go, man. So, any big plans for Easter?
Actually, that's my birthday. So the next day, April 16th is my birthday. So I'm just gonna, you know, celebrate this victory with my family and just, you know, eat some tortas or whatever we got going on that day.
Well, I'm probably going to follow you from Ontario, man. If you got that comida, man, I mean, got to hook that up. Because you got to remember, we're going down to cover your event April 15th, and then we're going to turn around and head to Vegas for the big, which I do want to talk to you about, Oscar Valdez, Shakur Stevenson fight, which is going to be dynamite. This whole matchup right here, what do you think about the matchup? Before you give me the outcome, what fighter has to adjust mostly to the other fighter's style, and which fighter can be himself?
Yeah, I feel like Oscar's going to have to adjust a little more, but I'm not saying I think Shakur is going to win. Oscar has devastating power, and you never know what he could get caught with.
Exactly.
But at the same time, Shakur's defense is also good. So I can't even pick a winner. I feel like it's really 50-50, and you know, I feel like there's going to be some fireworks that fight. You know, I'm around boxing so much that I don't really like to watch it, but for this one, I'm pretty excited.
There you go. I'm gonna share a quick story with you, and I'm not name dropping. I'm just calling facts the way they are. Every once in a while, I'll get a text. I'm gonna say every once in a while, fluently, I'll get a text from Lee Samuels, Hall of Famer from Top Rank Boxing, and he continues. This is the fifth time, bro. The fifth time he asked me, "Who's gonna win, Oscar Valdez or Shakur Stevenson?" And he asked me again last night. But I remember the first time he asked me, I gave him my whole take on the fight. But I did add, Lee, if you ask me again tomorrow, I'll have a different answer. It's that type of fight, correct?
Yeah, for sure it is.
So, you know, when I got the text, I was going, okay, this guy, okay. He's messing with me now because he's asking the same question again. I gave it a couple of hours before, you know, I put some thought into it. And then I sent him my answer. And he said, "Oh, Richard, it'll be good for a couple rounds. At least I can say that." Is what he's telling me. So maybe he's hinting that he knows something. But I do see this fight. It can be a classic. I mean, it can be a modern day Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran.
Yeah, for sure, I agree. I feel you don't know who's gonna win, and it's what they're doing right now in training camp, where these guys are, you know, giving their extra effort and just being gym rats. So, you know, whoever wants it more and whoever's in the gym more is most likely going to be the winner. And, you know, like I said, we both don't know. So, you know, I just can't wait to see.
You know what? I'm fans of both of them. I support both of them. And I see this fight having the opportunity to take different turns. I think Shakur can make it an easy, uneventful fight. But he's a fighter. So somewhere down the line when he stands there with the grit, may not be the smartest thing to do with somebody like Oscar Valdez, who can just has that one hitter quitter, and you can never question his heart. But at the same time, Shakur is just so sweet, man. I mean, his talent pool, his pedigree. But how do you tell a man like Oscar Valdez, who's overcome adversity, that he is not favored in this fight? According to him, he's favored. He's going to win. He's an undefeated fighter. He's never touched defeat. Shakur Stevenson, after his first professional fight, he wanted a title shot. So you got two men that highly believe in themselves, highly talented, but yet two different backgrounds, two different beings, about to explode, and this is beautiful for the sport of boxing.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Like you said, Shakur can make it boring and, just go all 12 rounds, or Oscar could,
Cut the ring off.
give that extra effort and really go for it. We really don't know. So I'm just excited and I can't wait to see it. Oscar, I mean, like you said, he has that power that could affect Shakur's, mental game, and he has more experience than Shakur. It's just Shakur's skills are, almost unmatched. So, I'm just excited to see what Oscar does, and I'm excited to see how Shakur adjusts to that.
I'm just excited that Top Rank Boxing is taking two of their own and putting them together and letting them work things out. And may the best man win. And you know what? It's going to be one heck of a fight, man. I mean, that whole media week, open workouts, the media week, the weigh-in. I mean, it's going to be high energy at its best. And I'm truly looking forward to that fight, as well as I'm looking forward to the return of Mr. Villa, man. I mean, a victory puts you right back into the mix.
Yeah, for sure. And not only a victory, I want to look good at it. I want to look good while I'm doing it. So, that's the main concern is looking good and listening to my team and practicing what we've done in the gym. So, the last few sparring sessions have been great, and I'm just excited to see what I'm gonna do. I want to see how I adjust and see see how much more I can bring, and see how much this guy could take.
You know what? There's so much boxing news going on right now. Boxing is hot right now. I mean, you have Tim Tszyu, who's going to make his USA debut. I mean, this Sunday. Canelo's finally going to, it's been signed, sealed, delivered, going to take on, that light heavyweight champion in Triple G's, going to Japan. We're talking about Andy Ruiz possibly getting in there with Luis Ortiz. I don't know if we have that post or not. I mean, boxing is hot right now. There we go.
Yeah, it is. You also got that Tyson Fury fight coming up.
Exactly.
That's also a good one. Yeah, so, I mean, boxing's, it's in right now, and it kind of feels like those old days when Marquez and Pacquiao were fighting. I feel like it's really popular right now, and we got a lot of big upcoming events coming up.
You know what? I want to see what's up. So, one question I didn't ask: who influenced you as a fighter growing up? I know you just mentioned two classic guys right now, but there had to be one particular person that you just said to yourself, "I'm kind of digging what he's doing."
I mean, there's honestly too many where I can't just say it was one guy, but I would say my favorite is Juan Manuel Marquez. His skills, his timing, just the way he carries himself in the ring. Exactly.
Yeah.
The way he carries himself in the ring, he's just so smart and just so sweet with it. But at the same time, I'm a lefty, so I watched a lot of Pacquiao. His unorthodox style helped me, and I felt like I learned a lot. But as far as like my angles and stuff, I watched a lot of Lomachenko. So it's just so many guys where I try to take a little bit from everyone, and it really what makes me different and unique.
You know what I do admire about you is your base, your wide stance, but yet you still have your balance, and you kind of, they don't know exactly which way you're spinning. It's kind of awkward for them.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I want them to think. They don't know where I'm going, and they think I'm going this way, and they get hit with a right hand. So that's always the main objective, is to hit and just be gone.
Your whole career, you have the beard, you got the name. Is the beard your whole? I mean, your whole attitude? Is it what you're going to be known for, or are you going to be another Roberto Duran? You'll keep it on, or sometimes take it off.
No, I'll leave it on. I feel like it's like a mentality thing I do when I'm in training camp. So I'm not gonna shave because I feel like I'm in the trenches right now. I'm really going, I'm really in training camp, and I feel like it's just something that could add to what's going on. So no, I'm gonna keep the beard though for the fight.
You know what, Ruben? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm very impressed with the way you handle yourself with the microphone, with the lights. You definitely have a future in calling boxing as a commentator, because your know-how and the way you see things the average person doesn't see. I mean, me and you can see some things, but I haven't been in there like you have.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been boxing all my life, and watching boxing all my life. So I'm just a fan, man. I'm a fighter, but I'm also a fan. So, I like seeing all these guys fight, and a lot of new faces, a lot of old faces. So I'm just a big fan of boxing, man.
Hey, man, so am I, brother. I mean, from the podcast to post fight, pre fight interviews, ring announcing, color commentating, I just love it. I just can't get enough of it, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's just one big chess match, and whoever makes that mistake first is gonna pay for it.
It is. It is. You talked about Marquez being one of the fighters because there was so many. If you could put together a dream match, what two fighters would you put together? And also, if you could be one of those fighters, it doesn't matter any time era, who would you like to share the ring with? First, let's put together the dream match.
The dream match, I'm not too sure. I mean, I would just like to see Canelo in his prime and Floyd in his prime. That's the dream match where, after Mayweather beat Canelo, he just took off, and he learned a lot from that fight.
Yeah, he did.
So I would like to see them two at their top prime fight each other. And as far as me fighting someone, it'd probably be Marquez, maybe Lomachenko, just to see how much I could do and really test myself. But yeah, those are the guys that I admire and I look up to and probably watch every day. So yeah, those are the guys.
Well, I mean, those are some great names, man, in this era. I grew up in the Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Roberto Duran, and in my opinion, my favorite fighter of all time is hands down is Tommy the Hitman Hearns. I used to try to mimic him. I used to try to work his style. His right hand was just devastating. I mean, you could not adjust to it because once you got hit by it, that was it.
For sure, man. That was a bad man. And I have nothing against those guys. It's just I feel like boxing evolved so much since then.
It has.
They'd be more than okay fighting in today's
Absolutely.
age of boxing. But like I said, it evolved so much where the most awkward guy could be the most dangerous guy now. So it's just where we're at in boxing right now.
Hey, man, hey, everybody has their opinion, but I believe the key is footwork. And today's footwork is just phenomenal.
Yeah, for sure it is. That's just another skill where fighters could to put to where in their fighting style. So I feel like there's always that extra detail that could just make you to the next level, elevate to the next level.
Listen, before I let you go, man, I'm hearing rumors. Regis Prograis just looked successful in a 7th round TKO. Arnold Barboza has been begging for the opportunity and well-deserved opportunity for that title. I think a lot of times they overlook them. They don't put them in their top 5 in the 140-pound weight class. I think he's a phone call away of not only getting that opportunity, but coming home with the strap. I'm hearing rumors that it's possibly if Josh Taylor vacates, Regis Prograis and Arnold Barboza. If that does, in fact, happen, who do you have and why?
That'd be a good one, but I'm going to have to go with Arnold on this one. I feel like Prograis, he kind of took a lot of time off. It probably wasn't his fault, but I feel like his momentum kind of just died down, and I feel like Arnold is building up right now. And like you said, he belongs in those top 5, that top 5 140-pounder. And I feel like he could be a world champion soon. So, but that fight alone is a good one. I feel like Arnold might have the edge just by a little bit.
Well, I mean, it can go back and forth. I talked about me and Arnold, we're cool. Me and Regis, we're cool. That's going to be a tough one leading up there, but that is going to be a dynamite event. Now, I'm hearing rumor in July. I'm hearing LA is going to take place. The possible rematch, once again, waiting for a vacated title. It's up to Josh Taylor, Jose Cepeda, and Jose Ramirez fighting in LA. Now, the first one was close. Since then, Jose I watched his last fight, made the transition, able to adapt to a southpaw and impose his will. Cepeda just came off a fight and he won another victory, but since then, he's created himself as a knockout puncher. Going into this fight, again, I'm going to ask you the same question. Who do you have and why?
I might be biased, but I've seen Jose Ramirez since I was a little kid. Seen him go through the Olympics and just always rooting for him, going to Fresno and always seeing him. So I might be biased, but I'm always going to have to say Jose. Cepeda is he's nothing to play with, though. He's a very good lefty and a very dangerous one. he might have seen something on that Taylor fight that, he could have helped use for himself. So, you never know what these guys see, and it's just who wants it more, man.
I agree with you. That is going to be a very tough fight, evenly matched going in. A lot of people thought that Cepeda might have should have walked away with that victory. I'm just going by what the reporters say. I know what my personal opinion is, and the experts that sat next to me. Until the casket drop, I'm always going to be a supporter of Jose Ramirez. Win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter who he fights. I have a relationship with a lot of other different fighters, and they know in the sport, you never take it personal. It's all business or self-preference. Until further notice, man, I mean, hey, man, I support Jose Ramirez. I support what he does inside of the ring, outside of the ring. Personally, I enjoy his ethics and everything else. And Cepeda, man, he's 100 with me. I mean, though, his brother too, Renee, they're cool with me, man, in this sport. But there could only be one that shines. But I'm telling you what, that is going to be one hell of a matchup and one hell of a fight if, in fact, it does take place. L.A., California, I'm hearing in July.
For sure. I mean, I would like to see it again. Why not? Like you said, I'm with what he stands for, Mm-hmm. He's pretty much what I represent for his city, and what he does out of boxing is it's just something to see, and it also gives me motivation. So I'm always rooting for that guy, and hopefully that fight does go through, and he shuts all the critics up, and gets a clear victory.
Yeah. I will say this, because he said he was going on a long vacation after this fight. Jose hasn't went anywhere. He was at a Chivas game last night in Fresno, California. He's staying close to home because he knows it's all about negotiations right now. And knowing Rick Merigian, he's trying to get the best deal all around everybody, possibly even trying to bring it to Fresno. Cepeda's people saying, oh, hell no. We're not going back to Fresno. Let's make it in L.A. And it's great for boxing.
Yeah, it is. Like Rick's a hustler, so he's going to get the best deal for where the fight's at and who's fighting, and just being around these guys and seeing what they're doing is something to see, and I've learned a lot from these guys. And speaking about the Chivas game, my dad and my grandpa actually went to it last night too, so we're big Chivas fans. So
that's right.
That's crazy to see that he's still in showing his face and in his community, so it's cool to see.
Oh yeah, it is, and he actually showed his face inside of the Mercedes parking lot. Car lot, and more power to him, man. Yeah. I mean, he busts his ass off, man. He's in the one taking the punches. Why not him enjoy the fruits of the victory?
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I had the opportunity of riding in his red Ferrari, man, and I actually felt that we were just going to stop and just head straight up to the freaking moon, because it's just when you're leaning back, you just think it's going to take off in the air. I mean, not down the road, in the air.
Yeah, like a roller coaster, that same kind of feeling.
Yeah, exactly. I want to talk more about your upcoming fight before we call it an evening, and that's Thompson's Boxing. I mean, it's going to take place April 15th, 2022. You're in the main event. Path to Glory. That's what they're calling it, along with banner promotions. Tickets are still available. They're $50. They start off at $50, $75, and $100. You can get your tickets now. And if you got a pen and a pencil or a tablet, whatever, it's 714-935-0900. You can call, to get your tickets. It's going to be taking place at the Doubletree Hotel, Ontario, or just go to www.thompsonboxing.com and let them know the Fighter's Voice sent you. Get your tickets. The Fighter's Voice will be in the house, the whole media team, and we're going to get that pre-fight and that post-fight victory interview with Ruben the Drac Villa. Ruben, man, every time I do an intro or something like that and I go back to you, you're just freaking quiet. So you make it like TV, like, okay, I got to come up with something, man, because this guy's not over edgy. I can give him, when I talk about boxing, he could just go on his own. But when he hears his name, you're very humble. That just tells me you're a very humble person, man. Before I let you go, is that something because of the way you were raised, from mom, from dad, or are you naturally just shy?
No, it's just from being how I was raised. From my mom, my dad, everyone around me, just always taught me to be humble and, take pride in your work, and, good things will come if you're like that. So, I was also raised with 4 girls, so I have 4 sisters. I'm the only boy. So I feel like, that could be another reason why I'm the way I am. So yeah, I'm just humble. I'm just a real quiet guy. But when that bell rings, I only have one goal, and that's to come out victorious.
Exactly, man. And we're gonna be there. We're gonna be supporting you. I like to tell the guys I can't always make every fight, but when I found out you were the headliner, I'm going to be honest with you. I reached out to Thompson Boxing. I said, you know what? I got to get down there. I got to get my ass down there anyways, man, because I want to go cover these events, and I want to I want to show them what I can do. I want to show them what Richard Ortiz, the Fighter's Voice, can do and what we can offer the whole boxing scene. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited about that. And you know what? What do you got to say to all the fans and followers that watch and support you, and how can we follow you?
Yeah, I hope you guys come down and check it out. You guys won't be disappointed in my work and how I perform. I'm just excited to be back in the ring, and even just to perform in front of you, man. You're giving me another chip on my shoulder to want to do better and do better. So I'm just excited to show my skills and my talents.
How can we follow you?
RV4 on Instagram, on Twitter, on everything. So yeah.
I got to ask you the toughest question that you've ever been asked in your whole life, man. What's the hottest podcast going right now?
I don't really watch a lot of podcasts.
Bro, I just set you up for a slam dunk. You're supposed to say the Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. I'm like you, Ruben. We're simply knocking out the competition. I'm going to ask you again, my man. What's the hottest podcast going right now, brother?
The Fighter's Voice is the best podcast right now, so y'all tune in.
Hey, you just made the bloopers. We're going to take this segment out, and we're going to put it in our bloopers in 2022. And we're going to actually start the show like that, or we're going to end it that way. So just know you're going to be a part of it.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
It's all good, man. Hey, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being a good sport. When we ran into some technical difficulties. But yet, the link's going to be up. I'm going to make sure I send it to you. And Ruben, hey, spread the word. Subscribe to The Fighter's Voice. That's www.youtube.com/The Fighter's Voice. Remember, every fighter has a voice, and so do you. It's a wrap. And the best part of the show, thumbs up for Richie.